Hey there YouTube, what's up? Wanted to take a quick second and show you guys the indoor pellet range that I've just recently set up. Right in there is my kitchen, right in here is my garage, here's my pellet trap. So what we've got is a food grade 5-gallon bucket, at least I think it's 5 gallons, might be closer to 4. Picked that up at Lowe's for a little bit next to nothing, I think it was maybe $2 or $3 with the lid. And it is full of rubber mulch, okay? Now this is shredded tires, basically, as I understand it. There's still some thread in there. All right. So this entire bucket is completely full of this rubber mulch. Here's the mulch itself. It is Replay rubber mulch nuggets, and it is completely. It's a replacement for wood mulch that's designed to be used on playgrounds, and it just so happens to be made of shredded up pieces of tire and other small pieces of rubber, that sort of thing. The entire bucket is completely full of that. All right, and I've seen this done a couple of different ways, all of which usually involve building some sort of a framework out of wood. I don't have a lot of tools here, so this is pretty much the best that I had. Went ahead and just cut a hole completely out of the top of the lid, and then cut a larger piece of cardboard just out of a box there that would still fit within the diameter of the bucket and completely cover that hole. This way, when the pellet trap is tipped over, okay, that thing's heavy. I mean, it weighs every bit of probably 15 to 20 pounds, maybe as much as 25 pounds. And it's very, very full. There's only about an inch of space at the very, very top when it's sitting upright. So when you tip it over, all of the rubber mulch comes up and it pushes up against this, pushes up against the target. I've been shooting at this today, obviously. I had the day off. Got up early, kind of had to have something to do with my morning, so I've been taking some shots at it, sighting my new pellet rifle. Now, as far as the targets are concerned, right now I've got an adhesive birchwood casey shoot and see, like you would normally use, you know, for rifle shooting or pistol shooting or anything like that. I just have that stuck straight to the cardboard. When the cardboard gets shot out, you cut a new piece of cardboard and replace it. And once your trap gets full of lead pellets in, you know, several thousand shots or what have you, you can actually take you can take your mulch out, fill the bucket with water. Your lead pellets will sink to the bottom. The rubber mulch will float on top. And you just scoop the mulch out, dry it, and you're ready to start shooting again. Now, for smaller targets or for targets that I need cleaner holes cut in, I have this as a target holder. It's nothing more than a clipboard that I cut the most of the board out. And the nice part was I was trying to rig up some kind of a design that would, you know, maybe run a wire through here that attached to the top of the bucket, but in actuality it just sits up by itself. And this thing is all sitting on top of a TV tray right out here in my garage. Now, cool part is, from where this sits, right there with the front of the target on the edge of my incredibly filthy workbench, right there, all the way back here into the house, right to here in the house, this is 10 meters. Right from the tip of the barrel all the way down to the target there is a 10-meter shot. I've paced it off, I've measured it, I've done everything that I can. Let's see if we can't see. Yeah, there we go. There is my new rifle, Crosman Nitro Venom. This is one of their nitro piston air rifles. Very similar in its design and its function to a spring rifle, but doesn't have an internal coiled spring here that rams the air down the barrel to launch the pellet. And on top of that, I have mounted a UTG, one of their Easy Tap. This is a Leapers UTG. It's 3 to 12. adjustable turrets. Got a nice large gauge adjustment wheel for the parallax adjustment, which is very crucial. And hopefully, if I turn my flash off, which I can't do in the middle of a video, there's an illuminated reticle in there. It's kind of difficult to see it right now. I've got it on blue. You can see a little bit of it down there in the corner, but I've got the flash on to get a little bit higher def video. So I'm actually going to set this up right quick and take a shot, because indoors this thing is actually fairly quiet, which is actually really nice. Let's see where I can set this. Let me kill the lighting over here. There we go. So this is a really nice setup. I can sit right here at my kitchen table. Hey guys, I can sit right here at my kitchen table. I've got a smaller kid-sized chair that is fine for me because I'm a hobbit. And I can see right into the garage there. I've got a nice clean shot. I'm home alone at the moment, and my cat is locked up in another room. So I'm not running the risk of accidentally shooting our pet or anyone else here at home. This is pretty much the only time that I get to shoot indoors. Currently using Gamo's Master Point pellets. Surprisingly enough, these pointy little buggers are actually really doing the business right now with this rifle. I have been trying some Crosman Premier hollow points. I find them to be a little erratic in this rifle, and this morning I was starting out testing these JSB Diabola Stratons. Those were actually fairly consistent to a point. Basically, I got to a point where they didn't get too consistent. Switched over to the Gamo Master Points, and they're actually really consistent. So, just gonna go ahead and fire off one shot. I'm not really gonna aim at anything because I don't have, well, I'll tell you what, I'll aim at the bottom of the target here. This is a nice quiet rifle. I'm actually really impressed with how quiet this is. Sorry, trying to get my reticle, there it is. Get my reticle to a color I can see. All right. Just gonna fire one shot right into the cardboard. I'm really not even gonna aim at anything. There we go. It's actually really quiet for indoors. I've got a set of ears. I'm not wearing them currently because as of right now, it's so quiet. I've actually been using a decibel meter on my phone to test the sound when I first got it, and indoors I was getting a rating of about only about 105 decibels indoors, which is actually pretty nice. There's my shot, and that's exactly what I was aiming, right below the word shoot and see. I was aiming right about there at the tip of my finger. I'm only down by about not even a half of an inch. I've been blowing out the center of this target with pellets all day. The JSBs that I shot this morning were grouping more or less down here. First two shots that I took with the Gamo Master Points were over here. I did some quick calibration on the scope and got that back up into center. So there's my setup, 10-meter air rifle, indoors. I get to shoot from a bench rest position, which is kind of nice, and that pellet trap has yet to fail me. I did open it up after I first used it, and I found one pellet that was only an inch below the surface of all the pellets here in the back. It was only about right there. Never got into this mess. Right about there was where I found that pellet, and it actually lodged itself into, let me see if I can find it because I saved it. It's one of those Crosman jobs, and it actually lodged itself into a piece of that rubber. Here it is, right here. There's the pellet. That's the front of it. There it is. Actually just wedged right into that piece of rubber. So I would say that the target, that the rubber mulch does a really great job of stopping this. This is a 22 caliber. This is a 22 caliber air rifle. Okay, and I am shooting all lead pellets. It is rated for up to 1,000 feet per second with alloy pellets. So I'm definitely not getting anywhere close to the speed of sound with that pellet indoors. Which is actually kind of nice. That doesn't bother me at all. I'm actually really happy that it's that quiet, because that gives me the ability to shoot indoors without ears if I choose. So yeah, that's my setup. That's my new rifle. This is my first video to YouTube in a long time, so enjoy, guys.